Korean toast is delicious. Cabbage and various other vegetables are mixed with egg and pan-fried. However, even with two toast stirrers operating side by side, one might taste completely ordinary, while the other is absolutely phenomenal. The difference lies entirely in that raw, grassy vegetable odor. Today I'll show you exactly how the best toast joints set themselves apart. It is much easier than you think. The very first step that determines the final flavor of your toast and the biggest secret of famous spots with long lines is how you prep the cabbage. First, get yourself some fresh cabbage to maximize crunchy. It is best to slice it incredibly thin and uniform using a mandolin slicer. Finally, shredded cabbage blends seamlessly with a filling, separate or bulky. Next comes the absolute most critical part of the recipe. Many people simply rinse the cabbage in plain water and use it right away. But the pros never do think you need to soak the prepared cabbage in the water mixed with vinegar and sugar. Secret ratio to eliminate cabbage odor: water 1 liter, vinegar 2 tablespoons, sugar 1 tablespoon. Soak the shredded cabbage in the mixture for exactly 10 minutes. This magical step completely throws out the raw, unpleasant smell and grayness typical of cabbage. Whether you eliminate this odor or not is what separates a restaurant quality dish from mediocre street food. You must be careful with the raw smell of cabbage and other vegetables when you're making this toast. It's time to prepare the egg that will hold the toast together. This part is incredibly straightforward. Crack the eggs into bowl and whisk them thoroughly until the whites and the yolks are fully blended with no remaining clumps. The teeny pinch of salt at this stage will help bring out the savory flavor. The key thing to remember here is to use plenty of eggs, more than you might think you need. If there is too little relative to the amount of vegetables, the ingredients won't bind together when frying, and the veggie patty will completely fall apart in the middle. Make sure to use enough eggs so the vegetables are nicely coated and submerged. Once beaten, gently toss the drained cabbage and vegetables into the egg mixture. Now we move on to the stove where temperature control is everything. Pour some oil or melt a bit of butter in a pan and pour in the egg and bake butter. You must never fry this over high heat, as the outside will burn before the vegetables inside have a chance to cook through. Keep the stove on the medium heat and fry gently and patiently. Why do you need to be so careful with the heat? The ultimate charm of Korean street toast comes from the sweet and savory combination of ketchup and sugar sprinkled right over the egg patty. If the egg patty is overcooked on high heat and turns dry and rubbery, it ruins the harmony with the ketchup and sugar, and the surface chars too quickly. Once your egg patty is done, it's time to toast the bread that will form the top and the bottom of your sandwich. Bread is far more sensitive to heat than eggs. When toasting the bread, you must use very low heat. It should be so low that you find yourself wondering, is it okay to cook it this low? Bread burns in the blink of an eye. Constantly lifting and checking the bread to catch the perfect flip time is harder than it looks. Instead, keep peace of mind by leaving it completely alone on ultra low heat for about 2 minutes per side. If you let it toast gently as if you are setting a timer, the moisture evaporating from the inside out without burning, leaving you with incredibly golden crispy piece of toast. Feast the tender egg and vegetable patty on the top of the piece of perfectly golden crispy bread. Dust it with sugar and drizzle a generous amount of ketchup to taste. When you top it with a second piece of bread, your minimum Korean toast is finally complete. Take a bite, then you will hear incredibly crispy crunch from the bread, while any hint of unpleasant cabbage odor is completely gone, leaving behind nothing but a clean, savory flavor. The crunch of the vegetables and the fluffiness of the egg harmonize beautifully in your mouth. Pro chef tip: if you plan on adding harder or more pungent vegetables alongside the cabbage, such as onion, carrot, do not mix raw into the egg. It is much better to soak these vegetables in a little oil beforehand to soften them before adding them to the egg wash. This ensures all vegetables cook at the same rate and flavor throughout the entire toast. Just remember 10 minutes soaking secret to eliminate odor and keep an eye on your heat control. You will easily recreate the famous street food market quality right in your own kitchen. It is much easier than it looks, so definitely give it a try.